Hello everyone, welcome back. This is video number 6 from the Revit course or Revit tutorial. In the last video I finished explaining elevations, what they are and what do you see inside them, and I explained what levels are as well and how to use them. In this video I'm going to start explaining the first tool in Revit, and personally the tool that I find to be the most important, and it's called the Modify tool, the one where you find literally in every tab on the far left side on the top where it says select. Now this tool may not sound as complicated, but there are different uses of it that I would just like to explain in this video. So let's get started. Basically, if you want to select something, you can just easily click on it, hover over to it until it becomes kind of blue, and then just click on it. That's one way to do it, but there are actually different ways to multi-select and select only categories and different types of stuff. So for example, if you start from the left and keep holding your mouse and scroll to the right, you can see it's starting to select multiple stuff. But the thing about this is that it only selects everything that is fully inside it. So here's a window. I'm just gonna zoom in. Here is a window, a door, and some walls. And if you just select now, it's not going to select anything because there isn't anything fully inside it. Until the window is fully inside it, it starts to select. And the same goes for the door, the same goes for the wall. And if you release now, it selects all three at the same time. And you can see in here that it says you've selected different things. Now, if you do the opposite and go from the right to the left, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. If you go from the right to the left, what it does is actually it selects everything it touches. So as you can see, it touches this wall, so it's going to select the wall. It doesn't have to be fully inside. And if you just touch the door, it's going to select the door. And if you touch the window, it's going to select the window, and etc. And if you release, the same thing happens. You're selecting multiple of different stuff, and you can see that you've selected 3 doors, 2 windows, and 3 walls as well. They also consider the floor plan to be selected, but you don't have to really worry about that. Yeah, and then you can also select different stuff by, let's say you want to select all the walls at once. You can hover over to any wall and then click tab on your keyboard, and as you can see it says chains of walls or lines, and if you click that now, it selected all the walls at once, and you can now change the properties of the walls according to how you wish. Basically, you can constrain them to level 2 like I explained in the last video. You can add offsets from the base or from the top, and do all other kind of things. You can also select multiple stuff, but like one by one. So if you want to select, let's say, everything in here one by one, I'm gonna go over to that and then click it, and then hold control, keep clicking control, and I'm gonna select the door, and I'm gonna press tab until it gives me the window, then click on that. As you can see, I've selected 3 different stuff from here. If let's say I don't want the door anymore, so instead of clicking outside, if you click outside, everything is gonna go away right now. And let's say I'm just gonna reselect them quickly again, the same 3 things. And let's say I just didn't want the door, but I don't want to remove the selection, so I press shift, and as you can see there is a minus sign on the mouse, and then you just click the door and it's not selected anymore. You've only selected 2 things, which are the window and the wall in this case. If you select the whole project, let's say I'm going to select everything including the elevations. So I've selected everything now, and let's say I just want the walls. Like, let's say you have a really big project and you just want the walls from the outside. they will obviously have the same a different type. In this case, the walls are just generic. You press filter, and you can go check none, and then check the walls, and apply, and OK. As you can see, only the walls are selected, and you can also change the properties from the properties palette and do all different things with the walls. Now, if you ever wanted to cancel a selection, there are multiple of different ways to do that. You can either hit escape from your keyboard, or you can just click outside where there is nothing, or you can actually change into another tool, which is just inconvenient as I see it. You can just change into another tool. I'm just gonna hit escape to cancel that command now. In Revit, there's a very good thing and a very helpful thing, other than the shortcuts. You can click enter, and it takes you back to the tool you were at before. And as you can see now, it's back to the door tool, or the door command that I've selected before, or I chose before. And if I click enter again, I go back to the window command which I had before when I was first preparing for this video. And I'm just gonna go ahead and click escape to go back to the normal. You can also by default in the properties palette you will see the floor plan, and to change the properties of floor plan you can just go into the properties palette and change that. But if you wanted to change the properties for a certain thing, you can just click on it and it now changes to that thing. That's it for this video. Hope you found it useful. See you again in a later video.